After many years that have been littered with heartbreaking natural disasters, where scientists warn that global climate change may exacerbate the risk of these events, the world's attention has turned back to the disasters of yesteryear. And while natural disasters appear to have become more frequent and devastating in the past 10 years, human history is filled with reports of catastrophes of nature. From earthquakes to fire to tsunamis and more, Mother Nature is a ferocious beast. There is no telling what Mother Nature's capabilities are, and when a natural disaster is occurring, it can be like something out of the movies. Before we begin this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can always be notified about our latest videos. Number 14. Lituya Bay, Alaska. While a tsunami happens underwater, tectonic activity forces water up and out. Mega tsunamis happen when large volumes of rock or mud fall into water, creating initial waves that can be hundreds of meters high. Before the 1958 mega tsunami in Lituya Bay, these rare events were not scientifically recognized. But on June 9th of that year, a 30 million cubic meter rock slide sent waves 1,710 feet up the entrance of Gilbert Inlet, killing a swath of trees that was clearly visible from the air, even years after. Number 13. Lake Nyos, Cameroon. In 1986, this volcanic lake became the site of an environmental tragedy that took 1,746 lives. Because of its depths, stillness, and volcanic origin, the lake had 5 gallons of carbon dioxide for every gallon of water, and the building gas spelled trouble. On August 21st, the gas became too saturated for the water to hold, and it erupted from the lake, creating a poison cloud that traveled at 60 miles per hour, suffocating people and livestock in its path. Since then, scientists have installed an escape valve for the lake's gas and a warning system in case something like the eruption happens again. Number 12. Lusai, Indonesia. A mud volcano occurs when underground layers of silt are put under pressure and then triggered to explode by an external event. In the deadly 2006 Lusai eruption, the cause is thought to be unprotected gas drilling. Whatever the cause, the mudcano erupted boiling water, mud, and hydrogen sulfide, burying nearby villages and killing 16 people as of yet. The damage is still ongoing. The mud volcano is projected to continue erupting for the next 25 to 30 years. Number 11. Centralia, Pennsylvania. In 1962, a coal miner near Centralia was set on fire in an attempt to clear the nearby landfill. And while citizens thought the fire had been put out, it flowed through the underground coal deposits, releasing toxic gases, heating the town's gas supplies to a frightening 185 degrees Fahrenheit, and eventually creating sinkholes under the city. Today, the fire still exists, but the city does not. It was eventually deemed to be uninhabitable. Number 10. New Madrid, Arkansas. In 1812, the area was struck by some of the strongest earthquake tremors in American history. Because the area was sparsely populated, few died, but the tremors caused a rare alluvial tsunami in the nearby Mississippi River. Because of this, the river actually flowed backwards for several hours. Number 9. Tangshan earthquake, China. The 1976 quake, the 20th century's most fatal, is another disaster famous for its political milieu. The 8 magnitude shocks put China in political crisis, and the country's insular leadership refused UN aid after the crisis. Public anger about the government's response helped Buao relative moderate Premier Hua Gufeng to political power, putting an end to the Cultural Revolution. Number 8. Tunguska event, Russia. This is one of the most mysterious incidents on the list, as we're still not entirely sure what caused the 1908 explosion. We do know that something exploded in the Siberian wilderness with enough force to demolish 80 million trees, flattening 830 square miles of forest. The current theory is that the explosion happened because a comet entered Earth's atmosphere, causing an air burst. Fortunately, as the area was almost entirely unpopulated, the trees were the only casualties. Number 7. Eyjafjallajökull, Iceland. The famous volcano erupted in 2010, spewing massive clouds of ash into the atmosphere, and these plumes birthed a rare phenomenon called a dirty thunderstorm, when electrically charged ash and rock erupted high into the air, causing a lightning strike from the volcano's ash. Number 6. Chanka Forest, India. In 1972, the Indian subcontinent was hit by a heat wave, a drought, and a resulting plague of elephants. The herd of elephants, searching for food and water, stampeded through villages of the Chanka Forest, leveling buildings and killing 24. Number 5. Lake Peigneur, Louisiana. Is it still a natural disaster if it pretty much is entirely due to human error? In 1980, a Texaco oil expedition somehow managed to drill directly into a salt mine under Lake Peigneur, creating a whirlpool that sucked in 65 acres of land and a 400-foot geyser. Incredibly, no one died in this disaster, except for a few people's careers. Number 4. The Missing Summer. In 1815, a volcanic eruption blotted out not only the sun, but the entire following summer. Mount Tambora's explosion was felt far beyond its native Indonesia. Temperatures dropped up to 1.3 Fahrenheit. Farming failures caused food riots, and Italy literally got covered in a layer of terrifying red snow. Today, the volcano's caldera is relatively peaceful. Number 3. Bola, Bangladesh. The 1970 disaster has the dubious honor of being one of the most politically important natural disasters in recent memory. The cyclone, the deadliest ever recorded, killed more than 500,000 people, mostly through the flooding of the low-lying Ganges Delta. The chaos helped spark the Bangladesh Liberation War, a conflict that eventually resulted in an independent Bangladesh. Number 2. The 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. The infamous Boxing Day tsunami along the coasts of the Indian Ocean is said to have killed an estimated 227,898,000 people in a total of 14 countries. Banda Aceh, a city in Indonesia, is said to have reported the most victims. It is considered one of the deadliest natural disasters in history. Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, and Thailand were the hardest hit countries. The tsunami began as an earthquake and has been estimated to have a magnitude of 9.0. The earthquake caused the seabed to suddenly rise by several meters. This caused the seabed to displace massive amounts of water, which resulted in a tsunami. Some of the waves reached as high as 100 feet. And now, the number 1 most noteworthy natural disaster in all of history, which also happens to be the deadliest natural disaster in all of history as well. And you guess what it is? Number 1. The 1931 China floods. The 1931 China floods had an estimated death toll of between 1 million and 4 million people. The 1931 China floods, also known as the 1931 Yangtze River floods, occurred when a series of deadly floods occurred after a long drought that had affected China between 1928 and 1930. After a harsh winter in 1930 that created large amounts of ice and snow in mountainous areas, the melting snow, coupled with a heavy spring rain, turned into a disastrous flood. The disastrous floods hit approximately 180 square kilometers, which is the equivalent to the entire size of England, or the states of New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York combined. At the time of the flood, the government had estimated that 25 million people had been affected by the flood, but since, historians actually suggest that 53 million people had been affected by the flood. Although the death toll is not certain, historians and researchers suggest that the death toll could have been as high as 4 million people. So, now that you know the most noteworthy natural disasters in history, what do you think? Have you ever witnessed a natural disaster? What happened? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Curiosity. Wait! Why not fulfill your curiosity by watching these other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or the right video and enjoy.